Hello everybody, Hiלה is here. Welcome to another video. I'm testing a new olive oil. You are probably asking what is there to test about olive oil. I don't know what is the way you are working, but we are in Israel. Most of the soap makers are working with a high percentage of olive oil. Nobody is working here with animal fat. Even those that are not vegan, they are not working with animal fat, not only because of the moral issue, also because you cannot find it here in Israel. You cannot go to the supermarket and find animal fat that is also processed and suitable for soaps. The way we are working, we are using high percentage of olive oil in most cases of soap makers, if not all of us, because we have roots of doing so, and also because olive oil is in our country and countries neighbors to us is not to say cheap, but it's not expensive, and it's very high quality. So as you see, I'm getting the olive oil like this, 18 liters. This is the standard, and I'm using lots of it. So again, what is there to test about olive oil? Using high percentage of olive oil, the quality of the olive oil very much effect on the soap. There is a lot of competition in the olive oil manufacture between the growers. That's why there are a lot of fakes. And fake in a soap is absolutely not good. Because, as you know, there is a certain amount of lye needs to saponify each oil. And if the oil, let's say, is very, very old and oxidized, and if the oil, let's say, is mixed with other oils, then the soap can be bad, like go bad faster, or lye heavy, or oil that floating. This is a thing that happened to me also, because I'm working big batches now, as you know. I cannot allow myself an ingredient which is not high quality and soaps that are ruined. That's why I'm making today tiny batch of 1 loaf only to test a new olive oil. Here you see the oils, the butters that are heating. It's a recipe that I'm pretty much familiar with. First of all, I'm sorry, I'm recording at night. This is the only time I found myself time to make the soap now. So it's not the best light. This batch I will make soap balls with it to prepare to the pomegranate soap that I'm planning to change the design of the soap. The same ingredients, the same scent, the same essential oils, but different design with soap balls. And this 1 loaf will serve as the balls. And what I'm looking for is suspicious signs, like, let's say, as I told you, a butter that is like cheese. Things that I've seen before, yeah? And it was because of the olive oil. Soap that is accelerating. A soap made with essential oil not supposed to accelerate so much. Only if you're using, for example, Palmarosa. And this is, by the way, the only accelerator I know. My life is much easier than soap makers that are using fragrances in this way. In this way only, but signs like oils are floating. Oils are floating in the soap, and if you are lucky, they reabsorb, and if not, you need to rebatch everything. And of course, lye heavy soap. I have a video how to know that your soap is lye heavy and it's not a case of soda ash. I used to make 100% olive oil soap to test, but I stopped because I noticed that the best way to see if an olive oil is good or not is to make a regular recipe which contains anyway a lot of olive oil. I used to have a grower, one of the best growers in Israel, to supply me with olive oil, but after some months the olive oils start to make problems. So I don't know if it's his olive oil to blame or what happened there, but I cannot afford myself keep working with him. Although he's one of the best in Israel, I cannot afford myself losing money. So I need to, unfortunately, to start from the beginning and start testing. And after this batch, I will make another batch, small, like 2 or 3 or 4 loaves. And only then I will start to make the regular 8 or 7 loaves again. Because if something will happen, then you don't lose so much money. So if you're interested in this issue, join me for the testing. Before we start, when you are testing, you should make sure that everything is not new to you. The other ingredients is ingredients that you are usually working, the temperatures, everything, and not even one new thing. That way is to know that if something is going wrong, it must be the olive oil. One more thing, before I said cheese, I meant cottage cheese texture. When it's going back like cottage, this is not good. And one more thing before I'm adding the lye solution is even what I learned, even if you find perfect grower to supply you with olive oil, then even something can get wrong within the same grower. It's a living thing, olives. It can change, the oil can get bad. And I don't speak about things that are very wrong, like start to fake suddenly, or just to change the type of olives can impact the soap. So I learned to say to my growers, to tell them that if they are making any change, they should tell me to start from the beginning, the testing. One more check of temperature. This is okay. Let's check the oils. And again, it's the temperatures I'm usually working. Nothing is changed. I'm going to the sink. Okay, let's start mixing by hand. Some of the problems you can see immediately, and some of the problems are start to develop after you make the soap. Let's say at the first hour after you make the soap. I had some problems with accelerating. This happened to me, but really accelerate. And really accelerate with essential oils. It can't be. It's only the olive oil. It's so strange to me to work so tiny. I'm not used to it anymore. And also it's a lot of waste of time. Because in business, time is money. You have a certain time to dedicate to your business, and you need to make sure you make the right things, that your time will not go to waste. I have already tested this olive oil in my mouth, and my intuition that it's a good olive oil. There are people who are olive testers without laboratories. They only test the olive like wine testers, and they really are doing a good job. They know to recognize problems in olive oil exactly like laboratories. I thought about making this course, but it's a lot of money. And I'm not a chef. I don't need it so much. I just need to see how it reacts in the soap. Okay. So far, no acceleration. But let's see. It can start in minutes. A new olive oil is a lot easier, I mean in the trace, than old olive oil, and pomace is known to be accelerator. Okay, now I will add the essential oils. This pomegranate soap that I'm making, people are buying because of the scent. It's a lovely combination of essential oils that I made by mistake at the beginning when I started the business, and I'm keeping making it. Here no pomegranate because it's only the balls, but in the soap itself there will be a lot of pomegranate juice. I will, sorry, I'm put some light. I know it's not nice to see like this for you, but for me, I'm looking for signs of acceleration. This is a lot more slower than I usually make soap because it's a test batch. Okay, so far so good. I will separate some for the activated charcoal. This is, by the way, my new soaping room. I promised you a video, and I will make it after I finish the soaping room. I have some more furnitures to buy. Let's see, I'm kind of eyeballing. I want more red balls than black balls. This is a little bit too heavy than the regular butter in this stage. Yeah, it's a little bit too heavy. Usually it's slower, but not extreme problems like not cottage cheese texture. Sorry for the light. Yeah, it's a little bit too heavy. I'm crossing fingers because it's hard to find a good grower. Okay, now I will add the activated charcoal and the clay. This is things that I'm usually doing. So I'm pretty much familiar with the way the butter should react in this stage or the other stage. And I see it's a little bit too heavy. I cannot work fast. I need to make 7-8 kilos batches. I cannot work fast. I need to have time to make the soap. And again with the light I want to see the color. Okay, I will leave it like this and go to the black part. This is too heavy. I don't know if you can see. I will turn the light, maybe you will see better. This is too heavy than I used to work usually. But it's still not very bad. By the way, an olive oil that is making problems in cold process, in a hot process you will not notice even, because the heat finish almost every problem. It's heavy. It's heavy, but it's not too heavy. So I don't know if I will keep working with this olive oil, unfortunately. So what's left is putting this in the molds and then to wait and see how it reacts. 1 hour after making the soap, 1 day, and even to use the soap to feel how it feels in the body. One thing I can tell you, this soap didn't need a lot of mixing to reach medium trace. This is not so good, but not very bad. So I don't know what to say. But still okay, fluid. I will put the light again. Okay, nice. I will have to think about it. Now I'll pour them to the mold. First, I will make one soap for me that I can try on my body. With both colors. Not that I want my soap colorful, I want to try it with 2 kinds of ingredients inside. Okay, this is mine. I will turn off the light. Another mix. The shape of the mold doesn't matter at all, because these are going to be only balls. Usually I have so much work other than pouring them to the mold. But I can see this olive oil allowed me even half an hour more time to work. So it's not bad, not bad. That's why the testing will continue with a larger batch than this, but not my largest batch. I need to make patchouli soap, and this will be the next, because patchouli is not a bestseller, so I don't need lots of them, and it's not one of my biggest batches, but still big enough that I can and have lots of time working on it, so I can see how the olive oil behaves. I tapped it on the floor. Now for the black part. I hope in the YouTube you can see something. It's at night. But I think this kind of video is pretty interesting because nobody done it before. So it's worth seeing even if it's at night and the lighting is not so good. The smell is amazing. I don't know how I came out with this idea. Things that you are doing in the beginning sometimes are the most brilliant things. And then you are so focused on business that you sometimes don't have this much inspiration that you had in the beginning. Of course, you're making things a lot more professional, but the most brilliant ideas sometimes, not always, are coming in the beginning, when you are not afraid to look things different than others, because you're naive. A few days after, I came back to show you how I made gradually bigger and bigger batches. This is the soap balls, and more soap balls, black soap balls, the balls I made from one loaf only, which was the test batch. One day after, I continued to make the patchouli soap. I wanted to make this batch smaller, but I attempted to make 5 loaves because one loaf is already ordered as a loaf. Soon I'm gonna cut them, so maybe I will make the cutting video. And one day after the patchouli, I made the biggest batch I have so far. It's 8 loaves of Tetzimat soaps. That's it for now. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, please like. Till the next time, bye, Hila.